Hello, everyone. This is the Abundance Oracle. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to put it all together now. All right. I have two younger children, and it's difficult, as you know, when you're trying to teach your children things. Sometimes they soak it up and they love it. And then there's other times where they just don't want to hear it. So I'm going to do a little video on 5 financial strategies to obtain stability at a young age. And if you're older and you want to listen to it, because you might want to steal these ideas for your kids, your grandkids, or your great grandkids. I'm still tapping my toe waiting for my girls to get married. So, I don't know, tap, tap, tap. Consider yourself lucky if you have grandkids or great grandkids. Wouldn't that be amazing? Great grandkids. Okay, so I took notes, so I'm going to be reading a little bit so I don't miss anything. Okay, number 1, financial planning. Take the time to establish your goals and a timeline for reaching them. Then create a plan to achieve them. So we do that already. We usually once a year, they have, since they've been younger, they put down their goals. And that's been a couple different ways. One is they take and can write a list. And that's how we started out. If they're new at writing their goals, they write the list, and we always used to put it up right in the bedroom so that every single morning or evening, you look at those notes and look at how well you've done. Over time, you'll find that they will obtain their goals quicker and easier because they'll see pathways to reach their goals a little bit more. Each day they read that, and each month and each year that they accomplish their goals and keep on this lifelong process of goal writing and accomplishing goals. Okay, I like mind maps because as you get older, they seem to get very complex, your goals, but you can, list them out to start. Okay, number 2. Save regularly. Saving money is essential to achieving financial stability. So, no matter what type of job you have, if you get paid like on specific projects or something like that, you need to always put away, or maybe you get paid once a week, but whenever you get that paycheck or whatever guidelines you set up for yourself, and I'm speaking to my girls or anybody young, you need to have a rule planned for yourself. Maybe you do 10% consistently goes into savings. Now, what savings means, and I tell my girls this, if you're young and haven't bought your first house yet, I don't mind if you put your money into an IRA or into a 401k. However, when you buy your first house, you can buy it without any penalty of taking out that money from your IRA. If you are already equipped with your first house, I don't necessarily recommend an IRA. If you're on the young side or the old side, it depends, 401k. I don't like any government controlling my money. So I'm an outlier. You can do a Roth IRA, especially if your kids have grandkids and they're newborns. If you put in $2,000 every single year for them, or $3,000 every single year, they'll be millionaires by before they retire. Basically, you can give them their retirement gift for free. And as you all know, I know I go off on tangents, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. Social Security was never, never, ever supposed to be 100% of your retirement income. It was supposed to be 1/3 of your retirement income. The company you work for, your company plan, your company retirement plan, whether that was defined benefit or defined contribution, it's changed over the years, was supposed to be 1/3. Then Social Security was another 1/3. And the last 1/3 of your retirement is supposed to be what you've kicked in and saved on your own. And I have met very few people who are regular, middle class people that do that, and they get to their retirement and they say, well, there was inflation now, and it's so much more expensive than I anticipated, and how do people live on their Social Security? They don't. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, unless you want to be in your daughter's house, living, taking care of the grandkids for the rest of your life, which I would love to do, as I know you all would love to do. However, that might be a nice thing to do. Let's not have it be a necessity. Okay, let's go back. Okay, third thing, cut unnecessary expenses. Identify any unnecessary expenses in your budget and cut them to improve your financial standing. What is unnecessary? Cable TV. High speed, extra high speed there is now, I think. Internet speed. They make you pay extra for how fast you get your information. I don't have much extras, but I'm sure those automatic programs that you do, if you do Audible every single month, but you're not listening to your books, turn it off. Turn it off. It will be cheaper for you to buy a book or you buy individually. Okay, another unneeded expense. Netflix. If you get Prime, my daughter will have to tell me this, Amazon Prime, if you get Amazon Prime for delivery or something or other, then you get a movie, Prime Movies or something like that for free. Don't pay for the payable ones. I think my friend Karen said they get a certain amount of Paramount movies or something or other. There's some special deal worked out with that too. But anything extra, really, food, and I'm not talking about liquor. I'm not talking about special gummies that I've heard people make now, if you know what I'm talking about. No cigarettes. No wine. Once you get used to not being a drinker and you go out and you see other people drinking a lot, you think to yourself, do these people understand what a fool they're making of themselves? Sometimes it's really shocking to me. Okay. And would you want someone taking care of your finances who was like that? No. Okay, here we go. I'm going to keep going. Make investments in your future. Oh, I want to say for women getting out of high school, college, stop with so much clothing. Get a base clothing setup to start. Black pants, black skirt, black shoes, black top, long sleeve, short sleeves, white pants, white shorts, white, you just get the basics. And then you can get, I know it's not popular now, so I'm just going to say it anyway. Scarf, 1 scarf, 2 scarves. You can buy them so inexpensively. You're wearing all the black, you have 1 black dress, you're going to put a pin, you're going to put a whatever. You can go buy flea markets now. You can get vintage, very inexpensive jewelry. I don't know how much they are because I don't buy that, but I've seen people wear fabulous like pins and brooches that you would never think, oh, I'm not going to buy that, but on a plain black dress or a plain white dress, It works great. Simple and elegant. If you're into finance, I shouldn't say that because some other people, let's say you're going to be you're going to do, I don't know, waitressing. They probably have certain things you have to wear to waitress. So just set up the basics, basics, basics. Go a couple years. You know what? People look at you, they look at your shape. So eat healthy. Do that. Instead of trying to, okay, I got to stop because I could go on about this a long time. Okay, so unnecessary expenses. Hairdos, just, okay. I guess when you're young, you have to look good. You're trying to meet a man. Do you know, we had a friend, my husband, my ex-husband, had a friend that worked for, I think it was Estee Lauder. He would tell us all the time, to all the group of friends, do you know that the company that made the Chanel makeup was making the same makeup for other less expensive companies, and he worked for the cheap company that got the same stuff. So there's ways, unnecessary expenses. Okay, we go back. Make future investments. Don't be spending your money, be investing your money. You need to figure out how to take the money that you get and put it into something that will, I would like to see something that both grows in capital. So let's say you put 100 in and you get 120 out, but also pays you dividends. So for me, I've accumulated some real estate. That fits the bill for me. It takes, the hardest part of that whole thing is the first time around. You need to make sure you get a good cash flow, and usually it's harder to find something that has a good cash flow and a capital appreciation potential. So you've got to hunt. You got to put your time and energy in. Don't quit your job to do one of these things and think you're going to start out hunting first. No, do that hunting for your best thing while you're working. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I ever tell you the story? I'm sorry, but I got to tell you this. So when my grandmother died, she had 3 girls, and they all inherited the same amount of money. One, Aunt Jenny, she had a little store, a little hobby store that never really made much money, but she took that and put it into her business, the money she made. One, Auntie Pat, she took and they bought a motorhome, whatever you call it that you drive, and that depreciates in assets, and basically the money she inherited was gone after a while. And then my mom put it into real estate. I mean, you just definitely have to start thinking about what type of investment are you making in your future. A mobile home is a depreciating asset. Do not do that. Okay. And the last thing is spend smart. Well, that sort of goes into the same sort of thing. You need to spend thoughtfully. So I'm gonna say for that, I always admit, okay, I'm a cheapskate. I really like, okay, I'd rather, and you have to calculate it out. If you go to BJ's or Costco, is that actually going to save you money? This is for Joanne. I love getting Costco hot dogs with her and Harry. It was one of my favorite things to do. We walk around. Remember when they used to have those little samples? We used to make, a couple hours, 2 hours to go to Costco. Now, when you're young, you're going to say, oh my gosh. I'm like, girls probably are grateful that they don't see these things. But one day, you're going to say to yourself, oh, my mother did all this, or my father did this to save money. I should have paid more attention. How many of you now wish you paid more attention to what your mother and father did to make life work well for them? My father, his hobby was organic farming. He was a civil engineer, an electrical engineer, and a mechanical engineer. So he was very smart with how to make things work, but yet he liked to grow things organically in the garden. And I so wish that I paid more attention. So, anyways, we're back to asking the question, what did your parents do that you wish you paid more attention to when you were younger? All right. I love you all. As usual, I talk too much, but it's like when I would be here talking to you in person. Please write back so I know what you're thinking. Or if you can't, if you don't want to write back, just like then. So I know who's listening and who's not listening. Because if there's no young people, I won't be doing these saving strategies for young people. Okay, love you tons. Hope to hear from you soon. Love ya. Bye.